All right. I know last time I said I was done, so this is gonna be a little bit extra, but I finished the recording stuff, and it actually got a little interesting. I do think it's weird to have, let's say, that kind of growth for a character in a side mission of a DLC. So anyways, but I didn't want to just go, Yuri, no! So I have like some crap to talk about. I'm not sure I'm gonna do this, but let's see. All right. So firstly, Yuri became a vigilante. She's turned to murdering murderers. So that, I guess, has finalized Yuri and Peter on opposite sides. Anything gonna happen here? I don't know. I can't. I don't. I want to like try to read this crap. I wrote like some notes on what to talk about, but I won't be able to like play. Anyway, so yeah, I think it would have been interesting seeing Yuri kind of break down and get closer to those kind of decisions in the main game, because she just seems like my police sidekick throughout the entire game, right? There's not really a lot of, I'd say, complexity, unless I was remembering it wrong. They did humanize her a lot. Like, she has family. Obviously we've been talking for a while, and she grew to like, she warmed up to me. But I don't know. Hammerhead just didn't have that much of an impact on me, and I understand like obviously he's killing like her officers, but it just happened really fast for me, and like it kind of became like a tell not show thing, because Spider-Man was like, she's been dealing with this for a long time, right? And then like we don't even get to see her make that decision other than with Hammerhead, which I thought was kind of lame, because she went for that decision and then they just kind of rectified it. You know what I mean? It's like, you're a murderer. No, no, no. They revived him. But but then she actually just went and murdered someone else, right? And she called it true justice and everything. And so that's gonna be like, I like that they're challenging her character for sure. And hopefully they touch on that on the sequel. It's just weird that that was in the DLC, happened so quickly, and then not even in the DLC, but in the side mission of the DLC. Yeah, and by the way, I was so wrong. It's not Frank Castle. I thought it was Frank Castle maybe trying to play both sides, because technically I would consider him a hitman. He's just not getting paid. But like, I thought that was like the lie, but no, he was just a random ass hitman. It sounded like him though, like the accent and everything. All right, so other characters I want to talk about. Peter Parker. I like this one so much more than Holland. I don't know what it is. I like Tom Holland. I like his friend, but I don't like his Spider-Man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I just don't like it. I don't like a lot of the new Marvel stuff though. So like, other than Spider-Verse, like this is the Spider-Man I imagine inside Spider-Verse. You know, other than my good old Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Can I do this? I have like one. I'm trying to like read this crap. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna die. I can't focus on it. Ah, stop shooting me. But I think he's perfectly challenged in here. Like, they have that duality, which that's another thing. I thought Homecoming didn't capture that at all. Far From Home, maybe. Like, the only scene in Homecoming that I felt like he gets semi-punished for being Spider-Man, which I always felt like was kind of the point of this. Like, even Batman does that, right? Like, there's a sacrifice to having an alter ego and having a second life and being this hero, and you pay it. But that's the whole point. That's what makes you a hero, that it's not the greatest thing in the world, you know? Even Iron Man had touched on that when, like, 3, when he went and challenged some guy and he just got his whole entire house blown up. But, yeah, Peter Parker goes through a lot of crap in here. So he actually fails a lot. Like, I swear, like, after Fisk, almost everything was just a failure. Especially, he didn't save any of the supervillains, you know? There was none of that. And then, of course, the big one is that Peter Parker wants to save Aunt May and Spider-Man needs to save the people. That, oh my God. I was not expecting that. That seems like a finale to like the series thing, not the finale to one game, which I don't know. Like, there's no way they weren't expecting to make a sequel. Like, I guess the game could have done like terribly, but a lot of Spider-Man games have never been like that beloved, and they still put out sequels, like at least like other games, maybe not sequels. Holy crap, I was very surprised by that. But and then even the small stuff like the relationship, he has to blame himself for Miles' parents' death, basically, because he just didn't see it, I guess. And then he took him under his wing, both as Peter Parker, and now he's going to take him under his wing as Spider-Man. I honestly think, I don't know, it's kind of like an underlying point, but I wasn't really around Aunt May that much. Like, she was definitely, I think she's a perfect character in here, too. She's the kind of Aunt May I would prefer. Like, I don't even think the Homecoming one has, like, any presence. I don't think she even cares that, like, Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Like, she was, like, surprised at the end of the first one. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the movies, but, she doesn't seem like she would care or cares. What the fuck? Who's shooting me? That, Peter Parker's doing all this stuff because the film itself doesn't really care. I'm sorry. I don't know. It just doesn't really challenge him. Yeah, even when I talk about the Homecoming thing, I'm pretty sure, like, everyone just kind of forgave him. But... all right, what about movie? Yeah, but Peter Parker, Spider-Man, what are you gonna call him in here? Like, he's got the quips, he's got all the dumb things, he's very cheery. I think he's perfect. I think he's a perfect Spider-Man. And like, yeah, I like the Peter Parker stuff too. Like, I think it's all. This is what I want Spider-Man to be. That's all I can say. Okay, MJ. Okay, if you've been watching, of course, like, you know, I didn't like MJ a lot for the beginning. And then a lot of people have said that she's very selfish. And I'd semi-agree with that. She is trying to do good. I think a lot of her go-getter attitude, let's say, is just from the fact she's a reporter, and that's just kind of the job. Like, you can't be a passive reporter, let's say. But she does seem to always have something positive going on with her career for every mishap. Like, when I mess up, she gets to report it. She gets to say, you know, don't blame Spider-Man, but she still gets to report it. And I do think, like, I know people hate the damsel in distress thing, but honestly, I think that's the only thing that could have, like, fit for her. She, like, maybe not, like, damsel in distress, because I wouldn't consider her that, of course. But, good God. That she doesn't, like, care about her mortality. I'm glad she had, like, that one talk where she was kind of like, I do have, like, some dependence on you. Let's say not dependence, since that sounds insulting, but they have a mutual symbiotic relationship. Is that the right phrase? Yeah, sure. But I don't think she loses anything. That's the thing. Like, even Miles in here has to lose something. You know? And I thought, like, that was always the point. Like, Aunt May made, like, a hero sacrifice. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't think MJ really sacrifices anything. And I do think they want to consider her a hero. She's supposed to be kind of, like, the real hero. Like, not a superhero, you know? But she doesn't lose anything. I really don't think she does. She doesn't lose her relationship with Peter. And I don't think she really has any other relationships in here. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the underlying context. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was messing up earlier. Okay, so yeah, another, like, sacrifice that Spider-Man has to make is that I don't really get to spend a lot of time with Aunt May in here. Like, I kind of really wish I got to just have, like, you know how I just had a dating scene with MJ? Like, we just ate at a restaurant, or we just, like, were about to have a date at her home. Like, the only time I got with Aunt May was, like, kind of her pushing me out. And I know it's because she knew that what I had to do, and I don't know, but, like, I just felt like, as perfect as she was, there wasn't a lot of time with her. But I think that was the point, because you had to spend time as Spider-Man, and she understood that too, which is why that decision at the end happens, because she believes in the greater good. But it was so bummer. Good God. And then seeing the gravestones of, like, Ben Parker and Aunt May together. Oh my God. All right. Well, okay. So yeah, MJ, I don't know if she captures, like, the kind of philosophy. Like, even Yuri kind of follows it now. That even though I wouldn't consider her, like, hero now, like, she's now into vigilante territory, she had to lose something, because you're supposed to lose something trying to do the good thing. You know, you rarely get rewarded, especially if you're a masked vigilante. But you start to lose. Like, you're not a normal person anymore. You're not just, like, an ignorant civilian, let's say. You're making big decisions. And I think MJ just kind of got away with a lot of it. Like, I don't even, whatever. She just got a lot away with a lot of it. Like, even Aunt May had to get infected with the devil's breath. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. I feel Like, she didn't lose at all. She just had like a perfect streak this entire game, as I remember. It's been like a decent while. But yeah, so that's my talk on MJ. How long? I don't want to go so long. All right, that's 10 minutes. Okay. Miles. I think Miles is perfect the way he is right now. Obviously I love Spider-Verse's Miles, and I'm definitely excited to see a sequel, but I am so ready for Miles in the sequel. Like, I really am. I'm wondering if he's gonna have like anything really different. So like, I'm not too accustomed with Miles. Like, all I know, and I know it sucks, but like, all I know, he's like the Black Spider-Man, right? The Spider-Verse was one of like the second, third, other large thing I've seen of him. I've kind of forgot the others because I've played like some of like, I don't know. I don't want to say played, because I don't know. I've seen Miles Morales perform, right? But I've never gotten like his entire character. All I knew that he was black and he was Spider-Man, and it's like in a post Peter Parker kind of time. But yeah, he's also whatever. I also know his Uncle Ben is not supposed to be his father. So, but neither Uncle Ben wasn't Uncle Ben in here either. Like, they went past that. So, okay, I'm jumping around a lot. Oh, I didn't even get to talk about that. Oh, screw it. Okay, yeah. So Miles, I like him. He's obviously cold and like, he's not supposed to be likable. Let's say when you first well, not when you first see him. When you first see him, he's like a Spider-Man fan, right? He's very likable. He's very full of joy. He's a good kid, and his father dies and he becomes a little bit negative, right? And I like that Peter kind of tries to keep him busy to save him for that negativity. I don't know. Maybe I would have liked to see kind of like a darker side of him. I don't know if he's supposed to ever have that. The same way that like Peter Parker, after Uncle Ben was murdered, he caused the death of his shooter. I'm judging this on Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one. But in like Amazing Spider-Man, he also just hunts the crap out of him, right? He basically acts like a vigilante. I don't think Miles Morales ever had that opportunity. Did he? I don't think he got to interact with Martin Lee at all. But he's just a good kid, and I do like that. So, and I think I'm looking forward to like training sequences with him. I hope they're fun in the sequel. All right, who else? Aunt May. I think I've already covered Aunt May. I think she's perfect. She's just like this really good, wise spirit. It really reminds me of I'm gonna call it the Sam Raimi series instead of Tobey Maguire. I'll switch between those. But like that Aunt May, where she really is like a guiding post for Peter, which I think she should be, like, because she's a mother figure. Oh my God, I would have been like crushed if they killed her in the Sam Raimi series. Good Lord. I even like the one Amazing Spider-Man where she kind of has that conflict where it's like, I'm the one who raised you. Like, I know they're your parents, but I raised you. I'm basically your mother. And I really don't like the Homecoming one. I guess she's attractive, maybe, and they make those jokes, but I don't think she has like much place in there. As far as I remember, she's not there. Aunt May doesn't exist as much as Ben doesn't exist. All right, sorry if you guys are fans of that. I think they're fine. I've just never been bored by a Spider-Man movie and so uninterested. Oh, and Zendaya, she's very pretty. But and I do like her as MJ. What are we doing? All right, so yeah, Aunt May. Oh man, I really wish they would have. Her death seems like a finale thing for sure. Like, it's like MJ. It's like if MJ died in the first like game, you're like, what are you gonna do now? Like, why would you kill off such a center character? Oh man. Okay, so I think it was like the hardest hitter in the game, of course, but it just, I don't know, man. She just seems like such an untouchable character. All right. But I like that she's running this place and she has a place in the game and she's not just like staying at home. I don't know what she does in the other ones. I think she was a nurse in one of them. But I like that she has a community. I really would have wished, whatever, her funeral had like a bunch more people, like all the homeless people she had taken care of. I felt like that was a really big mistake. Just shows some connection. Like maybe they were all working at Feast in her place, you know, but I don't know. There was like 10 people at her funeral and I thought that was really weird. Anyway, Martin Lee. Martin Lee is so completely wasted. I don't know why. He is basically like Doc Ock, but worse. Like, at least Doc Ock had kind of like a full presence throughout the game, and you could kind of see him evolve. Martin Lee was like snap, and then he just never came back. Like, he didn't have, and then he like lost personality. Like, I don't know, like there wasn't really that challenge of trying to bring him back to the good side. If anything, I really thought he'd have some conflict with what he's doing when, you know, he hears that Aunt May is infected. I believe he was, well, if they infected that area, he must have known something. Like, he knows what the Devil's Breath does, right? He did as much research as the other guy. It didn't even seem like he was interested in taking revenge against Norman, because Doc Ock was like, nope, that's mine too. Like, I don't know. Like, he just kind of disappeared, and it was really sad because he was, I thought he was kind of supposed to be the face, you know, for this. Like, let's say Fisk was also wasted, I think. Fisk has like no presence after the beginning, honestly. But like, let's say Fisk is your opening villain. I thought Martin Lee was gonna be like, which he kind of was, your middle villain, and then Doc Ock was your closing villain, you know? But I don't know, Martin Lee just disappeared as a character. The same way, I want to say the Lizard in The Amazing Spider-Man, like, he just kind of disappeared as a character, and it was kind of a bummer. I thought he was just kind of wasted. Yeah, so Doc Ock. I thought he was kind of like the Uncle Ben in here, like the father figure. Obviously, he's a lot more corrupt. He's not good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really smart, because it did remind me of Spider-Man 2 a lot, and I love Spider-Man 2. I really do. And again, it has that challenge to like Peter and Spider-Man, because he's very close to him. But again, but this time it's kind of driven, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like it's a little bit lazy to do that. So like, of course, they said that the neck thing like changes his personality. I don't know. It's just, they never addressed it again, but it felt like that's what they were trying to go. Like, he's not just because of this, but I don't know. He decided to put it on. You know what I mean? I just feel like they were trying to take away that decision from him by even including that. It's kind of like saying like Mr. Negative. Is that his name? Yeah, Martin Lee's. Like saying like, when he becomes Mr. Negative, all he feels is negative emotions. But I'm like, but he's tuning into that like power. So that should be the decision. I hope that was the point, because it seemed they never like talked about it. They're not like it. He brought it up, but it seemed like he was trying to like lie about it, right? Like, I would have preferred it if we had seen him actually fix it. So it is his personality, because he's doing everything he wants to do. He's just, I guess, more forward about it because he has the opportunity. It kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad. I do not like Breaking Bad, by the way, but maybe that's why. Maybe that's why it reminds me of Breaking Bad, where it's like this really simple thing, but everyone making it. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna do that because I'm pretty sure a lot of people like Breaking Bad, at least at the time, for sure. But I love his final scene with Peter. I'll talk about that later. Oh my god, I didn't want to ramble on for too long, but it's going so long. Oh, it's gonna be like a full video. Oh dear. Okay, yeah. So I thought Doc Ock was perfect in here. What can I say? Like, I like that he puts together the Sinister Six. I like that he basically beats Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has to upgrade to him, and they're using kind of the same technology, right? And I love his line where he says, "I worshipped you." Like, I thought that was one of the saddest lines, because he's basically defeating a villain like he idolized. It reminds me of like the Flash and whatever the hell the guy's name is, Reverse Flash, I'm just gonna call him. But yeah, and then I have Fisk on here. Fisk, this just disappeared. I understand, it's not his game, he was in prison, but like with such a big opening, wow, I don't know, he kind of disappeared. Even during like a prison break, I don't think he like came out at all. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared. I don't know. He's just not a character anymore. But I guess that's fine. We have Daredevil, which I semi like, let's say. All right. So, okay, now I'm talking about gameplay. Traversal. Traversal is great. I do think it gets boring. Like, once you've been doing it for a long ass time. There is like a lot of variety, like, because you can have like contact, like, you just have contact with everything. You can web zip, you can, if you get tired of that, you can whip someone, then you can press X, you get a boost to speed. I do still think there should be just kind of like a bullet, like, or a slingshot where I'm just flying through space, because it gets kind of annoying just kind of holding R2, X, hold R2, X, you know? But I do love that he gets faster. I thought that was great. Like, you don't get the full speed, but you don't notice it, really. I mean, like, you don't notice that it's slow until you go back to the first part of the game. But, and then even if you get bored of those swinging, you have fast travel. I thought that was awesome. They actually put in fast travel in here. And it's also kind of cute. I don't like to use that word, but that's like all I can think of. It's cute. It's charming, let's say. I prefer charming. Let's say that. So, I think traversal in here is perfect. I don't think anyone, like, doesn't like the traversal in here. Can I interact with this? Yeah, look at that. That was, everything is here so cool. Okay, equipment. I don't know why. I just, like, never really thought about it, but they never gave a tutorial about how you can mix up gadgets. And I understand, like, it should have been intuitive. But my God, I did not do that. Like, not as well as I thought. Like, I was always using the concussion blast, like, off roofs. But, like, just recently, I was like, oh, I didn't know I could web them up. Like, with the web blossom, let's say. And if they're still standing and webbed up, I can just push them into a wall. Like, that's... I'm stupid. I just feel stupid. But I like that. I like that you can mix up gadgets. I'm pretty sure they had that in mind. I was just being dumb. I think there's a decent variety of them. Let me check them out again. So yeah, you got the web shooter. This one always pisses me off because it goes down like way too fast for me. Yeah, so I always thought this was kind of useless unless you're on top of a building, but you can mix it up, which I thought was cool. Impact web is perfect. Spider drone is like elite, like kind of a passive one, so I do prefer that. Electric web is like way overpowered. I didn't realize how overpowered that damn thing was. Suspension matrix, I always thought was kind of useless unless you're into the air combat, but when you mix it up with the trip mines, they're great. And then web bombs, again, web bombs I thought were like all right if they were next to walls, but again, if you web them up, you can just concussion blast. Like, I'm so dumb. I think you got a lot of like ways. So I was always complaining that I don't have too much crowd control, and I still don't think you really do, just because most of these, you still have to aim at like one person, and the problem is the auto lock on. So like, say there's like 5 people at me, but like one of those 5 are someone, and one of those 5 is someone who can block web attacks, right? So you're trying to shoot the area, but because of the auto lock on, you accidentally shoot the one guy who just makes it useless, and then boom, you just lose your gadget. Like that is alarming. Not alarming, that's frustrating, and it pisses me off because there's just so many enemies. Like, there's a huge amount of enemies, and it's hard to focus on them. And if I could have like a sure way that I would take down like those enemies, at least, like, you know, like, okay, there are 4 people. I know there's a guy with a whiplash thing. I can take him down if I just shoot next to him. But if I shoot at him directly, I just wasted it. And those 4 people now are coming at me. Oh, man. So that's my only gripe with that. I do just wish I could have like a strict to lock on. I don't know if there is one. If there is, I did not use it. But if there's a strict lock on, I know there's this, I guess. But, oh, I just wasted that. But, I don't know, it's very difficult, like, because you're in the center of a crowd, so you're just like, okay, let's shoot that guy, let's shoot that, you know what I mean? Maybe that's just me. Maybe that was probably like, that's just a stupid thing I just didn't do. But that was a big problem. And then, oh man, I don't understand why there's a yank in here that does absolutely nothing. Like, why is there a web? I don't understand. I'm trying to think of an example of like a superhero having an attack that does virtually nothing to the enemy. But like, when there's nothing, like no web on them, and all you do is yank them, like, you don't do anything. Oh my God, that is so frustrating because with the auto lock on just started murdering me after a certain point because there are just so many enemies, and it was hard to like go like, okay, I want the web guy next to the guy who has no web so I can use him as a area projectile, whatever, like a radius projectile. But nope, I got the one guy, and what happens? I pull him like 2 inches towards me, and I'm like wide open now. So yeah, that was upsetting. Oh man, how long is this gone on? I feel so bad. I didn't follow what I wanted to do. It's already 24 minutes. All right, so I like that there's a crap load of gadgets. There is a lot of combat moves. I did not use a lot of them either. That's my fault. Like, I've been doing like swinging, like not swinging, like web. When I swing them in a circle and I throw them at a wall, But apparently you have like a yank, not a yank, what the hell is it called? Like a throw attack, where you can just like throw someone into a wall with your bare hands. And I was like, why didn't I use that? And this is only because I was like watching some other people's Let's Plays. I was like, oh, wow, that seems so much faster than what I do. So I do think that like, I do think that some people won't play the same way, and I like that. Like, I want to drop this on my friend and see like if he plays like me at all. Like, I abuse the crap out of gadgets, and when I let my brother play, he did not do that. like when I started doing that, he was like, oh my god, you just took out like all these people so easily. Like, yeah, I was tired of pressing square. So I do like that you can kind of have a play style in here. I know some people say it's very limited. I don't know. Like, maybe limited in the way that fights go, but I think you have like, oh my god, I think you have like a lot of options. I'm gonna just sit here so I can try to like focus. Okay, 25 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm just rambling about this. Okay, so mini games. Ugh. They're there. Honestly, I think they should have the skip button from the beginning. I just, like, if the person's gonna skip, they're gonna skip. You know what I mean? So I think they should just had a skip button there. It's there. They're there. The only time it becomes annoying is, so you associate the mini games with the workplace, but when you start taking it out, I think that's where it becomes like, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, are they gonna drag me out of here? Am I gonna die? All right, whatever, we'll see how it goes. But I think that like it becomes a shocking disappointment. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh dear. All right, I just got abandoned. Okay, or where was I? Okay, yeah, minigames. So minigames, they're not the strong part of the game. I do like that they break up like the game. Like, you're gonna be traversing like a crap load, and you're gonna be doing the combat and stealth a lot, so it does break that up. And I didn't think it was overdone, but when you start doing like side missions and just like the extra content, they start to use it a lot, and it felt really annoying. All right, MJ and Miles. I think this is talking about stealth gameplay. I like that MJ gets a lot stronger. Like, you get rewarded for just running through her stuff, and she does feel like she levels up, let's say. And then Miles, like, just brings you all the way back. And I think, I don't know why. I think it's because it was Rhino. Like, everyone else is like normal people. With Rhino, like, you like Miles, so you don't want him to die. I don't think you like MJ as much, but she's also kind of stronger. Like, she gets more options. But like, Miles went up against Rhino, and it just felt so tense. Like, if MJ had to walk around Tombstone, that would have been tense. But you're just walking around these people who obviously just not gonna try to find you. All right, I'm just gonna, oh my god, I can't move at the same time. I'm like holding my paper up with the left hand. So yeah, I do think I like those, and I did love the idea of MJ. Oh my god, whatever, I'm gonna hold R2. It's gonna look so funky. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. Screw it. Okay, I did love the idea of MJ working with Spider-Man in one sequence. I think they only did it in one sequence, right? I can't think of another sequence they did it, but the subway station, like, I thought that was really cool. I kind of wish it was even faster than the way it went. Just like the second I press triangle, just whoosh, zoom, like kind of, okay, so like the game I think does like more perch takedowns or whatever, but I just go for the web strike. If they had done the web strikes and just let them like disappear, like very ninja like, that would have been perfect. Just instantaneous knockout, take his body and run away. So it'd feel just fast. That's the thing, this game, it's so fast. Like, it feels so good when it's fast, and it should always be like that, which is why one of the worst moments I think is when you're doing like the investigation in DLC episode 2, and I was like, why is Spider-Man walking? Why is Spider-Man walking? You know, horrible. All right, so yeah, boss battles. It's a shame that they have like that really typical form thing. Like, you beat their first level, and then they have like an extra attack, form 2, you know, and then so on. But it seems like even here they didn't have forms. They just had people. Like Fisk. I do really like the Fisk battle in the first one, just because it seems like that would be a form of his. He's got men, so he uses men, right? But I don't know. I think it's just kind of annoying. I think it's the auto lock on, which made it really annoying. But like, he just summons a bunch of guys, and you have to do the same thing just with a bunch of guys you're accidentally locking onto, and it's very annoying. Like, I don't think anyone made it through that battle. I'll be very surprised. They're really good. If they just never hit another person, because you don't really have to finish off the other people, and only hit Whisk. Fisk. Whisk is a cooking utensil. So yeah, I'm trying to remember them. I thought Shocker, I guess. Shocker. Is it Shocker? No, Electro. Electro was weird. If anything, I like how Shocker went. So Shocker, the first time you meet him, you're doing a chase sequence, right? So it's like you're meeting him a few times, but you're not doing the same thing. But with, like, I think it's Electro inside the bank or whatever. I keep on getting mixed up. I think it's the other way around. Whichever one was with Vulture is the one I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the bank battle where you're just running around in a circle and you're waiting for the guy to run out of energy. But yeah, I think that's Shocker. But that was so formulaic. It was almost nostalgic because it's such an outdated traditional design. I don't know what to call it, but it was like weird to see that there. It's like if Pokemon Sword and Shield went back to like sprites and you were like, I remember this, but good God, is it weird seeing this in like 2019, 20, you know? So boss battle. And then the Doc Ock. Oh man, yeah, that's a thing too. And God of War does it too, but it's not like, because there's more time in between, it's not that bad, I'd say. But the reuse of animations, holy crap. Spider-Man, I don't know, like even, okay, it's like even when I'm swinging, I know they double animations, right? But there's such a variety. Like there's a spin, back into like a free fall. There's just a big like leap. And then there's like a different spin, right? So there just need to be some more space between them. But the reuse of animations in Spider-Man made the battles seem like even more repetitive than they already were. And it was just sad to see like the same exact move. And so I was gonna bring out with Doc Ock, the last fight. Holy crap. They had some really good ideas. Like I like that he goes to like the center of the building and just starts throwing shit at you, right? But it got really repetitive for like such a big climatic fight. Like when you were on the side of the building, you were very limited in not just the actions you could do, but the movements. Like, as I believe, you do like the same movements like 4 times and then you just win. And it was just really, it reminded you it was a game. That's like the only thing I can say. Like, you never feel like it's a game until you start to see stuff like that. It's kind of like really old games when you talk to a person, but they only have 1 line of dialogue, you know? So you're like, right, you're a video game. Thanks for reminding me. So you just never try to talk to the same person twice. But then some games have it like, you know, okay, I'm like on a really weird rant now, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the repetition of animation. It can't be too close. It has to be like a little bit different. All right. Oh, I'm so okay. I already talked about auto lock on. That thing is killer. Just have an actual lock on in here, like Kingdom Hearts. Like I'm about to give praise to Kingdom Hearts because it has both of them. Has an auto lock, a soft lock on, and a hard lock on. All right, combat. I know people compare it to Arkham Asylum, which obviously I understand why, but I honestly feel like it was harder. I don't know. Batman, you do have the gadgets. I think they're unlimited too, right? Because they're like in your combos. But the fact that the counter in Arkham is automatic, like you just go to whoever the hell is attacking you and punch them back in the face, and you just continue the rhythm from there. In here, holy crap, the dodging, like it actually took a while for me to get used to. I don't know about took a while, but like it took a while for me to get used to the idea that pressing circle was a very necessary thing. Like I couldn't just walk out of the way or dodge out of the way. Like it was like an auto lock on for them. And then it became really annoying. The rhythm isn't there as much as it is in Arkham Asylum. So like if you press circle at the right time, but you're punching the guy who's attacking you, it will show you the counter. So you'll press circle, but then no attack will come. And then it just becomes weird. And then it becomes even worse when people start having different attacks. Again, I don't know if there was a different color indication or like even Spider-Man said something. Sometimes he did. But when there are ground attacks or like even yeah, just ground attacks or the rocket launchers, like sometimes you dodge into them because I don't know, maybe that's just me, but sometimes I did that and that was so frustrating for being punished, stopping my rhythm to dodge into an attack. Like holy crap. I don't think you ever had that problem with Arkham Asylum. I did like that it offered a little more challenge And because like you wouldn't get like just a full-on counterattack, but that was really frustrating for sure. And then later on in the game, where the enemies start throwing grenades or like those laser grenades and everything, and start like affecting the environment with like fire damage or whatever the hell they use. Oh man, that started killing me. So that was very annoying. Other than that, combat just seems to go on forever sometimes. Oh, slow motion. Slow motion is just awful. For finishers, like, because you want to take down as many people as you can because they're just going to grow in numbers. Oh my god, why would you put a slow motion on every finisher? I say don't use slow motion until the last few, if not just the last one, or have an option. I don't know, is there an option for that? If there is, I'm going to be so upset. Like, I don't know what that means. Combat camera? Is that what it is? No, that's not what it is. I don't think that's it. Oh. But no, yeah, if that, oh, cool. I didn't know they had this kind of stuff. Cool. All right, yeah, see, that should be there. That shouldn't be there, but that's okay. Hey, this is beautiful. I like this. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going on third. I did a full video. I suck so much. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'll do this for every game, but here it is. All right, so yeah, slow motion makes battles that are already so long feel like forever. Another reuse of animations is when you're stopping the car. Like, holy crap. I was like, how boring does that get watching that same animation? Not to mention the crimes, even though I do think there's a decent variety and a lot of the stuff you can do, when you start hunting down like certain tokens, you're gonna just get killed by the animations. All right, so yeah, that's a nice segue. So crimes, I do like that they're passive, like they're not just there, and as you're going through the city, they'll just happen, like you just saw one a while ago. Oh my god, I wish they would have let us know. There should be an option that if you're actually just hunting them down, they should just be, because they're basically random encounters. I think there should be like a setting to put it on like always or high, because when you're hunting for that platinum, you're just swinging around for like 2 to 3 minutes in one area because they changed each area, which I thought was really annoying. Just give me a full number. Why does it be in each area? It's not like the crime ever really stops there anyway. But anyway, that got really annoying. And then, of course, when you start to see, when it doesn't cycle too well, oh man, it gets so boring. Like, it starts becoming tedious and it's just so bad. All right, so I thought the Harry Labs, when they start to cycle, it gets annoying, but I do think they put a decent amount of challenge or like variation. So like there's one where I can only stay in like a certain zone like this, you know? The lightning one, which is the last one. Sorry, that's a spoiler. I didn't get to like play it, but that one is so cool. I thought that like, if they had more variation like that, or like at least a build up to something like that, be perfect. But yeah, flying through smoke was kind of boring. Webbing of rooms, I guess it's different, but it wasn't fun per se. But yeah, another one is where I think they destroy your webs. I thought that was cool. Like, you can only web zip, so you can't swing, so you have to play like, you know, like this. I thought that was pretty badass. And so every time you use your web, they would just like be destroyed. Like, just stuff like that to kind of challenge the player. Which reminds me, Taskmaster. I think those are fine. I did not like the bomb swinging. I don't like a lot of the Taskmaster stuff, but at least it's a variation. Like, they don't feel like each other, you know? Like, you're gonna go to these 3 points, destroy that, and then the other one's just like a full chase, which Spider-Man is perfect for chasing. Yeah, I'm gonna rush through this now. I'm so sorry. Landmarks. Landmarks is the best thing ever. To have collectibles at such a beautiful speed. I don't know if there's anything else like that, like in any other game I've played, where you just walk by. Like, the pigeons come kind of close because they come up like crimes, and then you just chase them down. But if you could catch them within like the first, no matter what, it'd be perfect. Like, seriously. But I swear there's like a timer. Like, you can't catch them in the first 10 seconds or something. And I think that was the dumbest thing ever. Landmarks, just having it like this and just being able to take a picture and getting points for it, it's ridiculous. That's how Spider-Man functions. And like, there needs to be fast collectibles like that in some other game. That was the best collectible in here. The backpacks are fine. They get kind of annoying because you can't really tell like if it's beneath or above, because the laser just comes down from above the objective marker. But yeah, and then yeah, I already talked about pigeons. Post game, I already said it gets really annoying when you're trying to collect everything else, just because mostly the crimes. Everything else, at least you can activate by yourself, but the crimes you have to wait for. And as fun as swinging gets, going back and forth in this one area or this perimeter or whatever is very annoying, waiting for a crime to happen. Like, you should never have to wait in games anymore unless it's a loading screen, and even then, like, they're trying to kill that shit off. Okay, so yeah, that's the only time post game gets really annoying. Story, I think the story, other than like the character things, I have an issue with. Like, I really love when the Sinister Six breaks out and like the city is just in chaos. Like, holy crap, like, because the city is so attractive, it really is, and it's just so alive. And then watching it like on fire with like the dark weather and everything was really upsetting. And then like you can't even swing free. Like, I'm swinging free right now, just imagine like everybody just shooting at you. Like, it really captured chaos, I think, and I really like that for sure. And sequel, I don't know. I think I know what to expect from a sequel. I don't know, like, I just want some fine-tuning. I don't know what they should take away, per se. I just know, like, they're gonna talk about Miles. I think it's still sad that they're gonna, I believe they're gonna still have Yuri in there, but her story happened in DLC. Her development happened in DLC. I want them to open up the universe. I know I really hate that where Marvel is right now, but just because, like, they have the Wakandan embassy here, they have Hell's Kitchen in here, they have Silver Sable. I don't know if that's a Spider-Man only thing. My God, I'm at 41 minutes. I've been talking for 41 minutes. I'm so hungry and I'm thirsty. I'm so sorry, people. This is so boring. I'm so okay. I'll probably do this, but I'm probably not gonna get too much for it. Anyway, I do hope they open up the universe a little bit. Like, if not directly like having other characters from other universes here, at least have like more references or side missions. Like, I don't know. It just, like, the Sinister Six went down really fast. So I was happy to see, like, Taskmaster as, like, a side character. Tombstone, I believe, is a side character, too. But, like, see, the Avengers. Like, the Avengers are here. Why aren't we talking about, like, you know, the Avengers? But, I just don't know. Because, like, Peter has nothing to lose. You know, he lost. There's no more that I remember from, like, Peter's story. Like, he has MJ. And I don't think Gwen Stacy before MJ? I think she is. I guess we can I love to bring back Black Cat, of course. But it seems like oh my lord. I've lost the ability. It seems like we deal with Yuri. Although I don't see it ending well for her, unfortunately. I guess oh right, I'm so stupid. Yeah, Harry. Yeah, Harry is gonna be in the sequel. I'd be very weirded if he wasn't. So I guess we have a Green Goblin thing going on. Okay, yeah, they haven't closed up all the stories. I just forgot because Harry wasn't here the entire game. Alright, I'm about to stop. You see how my leg stuck out there? That was so cool. Alright, I'm going to stop soon. So, yeah, so sequel. We're going to be training Miles Morales. MJ kind of left in the DLC, so I don't know if she's going to be back by the sequel or if she's going to come back in the middle of the sequel. I don't know. Martin Lee, I would not be interested in seeing that. Aunt May is gone. Ugh. I guess, yeah, Dr. Octavius is still alive. Fisk probably could return. But Harry, I completely forgot about Harry. So Harry's probably going to be a center piece of that. They'd spent a lot of time building that up. And, you know, if they're killing off big characters, oh, man, I wonder when Peter Parker's going to die. Like, I don't know. Like, since Miles is here, I wonder if they're going to kill him off in the second game or the third game. I don't know how much they want to go for. But all right, now I'm kind of worried. I'm ready for Spider-Man 2. Not really. I'm tired of Spider-Man. I'm so tired of playing Spider-Man. It's not even funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope the sequel is strong. I like that they put a bunch of costumes in here. Like, I have mostly praise in this game. I found very little frustration, and that was because the game just threw a whole bunch of new crap at me, and like half of the way I fight was not working, and that was really annoying. Like, they block web gadgets. They don't let you yank or web them up, and I didn't know they function as riot shielders or how to stop the giant gunner. But I like this game a lot. I do. All right, that is my final conclusion on this game. That's all my thoughts. I think I don't care anymore. That's all of it. I can't believe I'm rambling on for like 45 minutes. Oh my god. All right, I might do this with other games. I have no idea if I'll have that much to talk about. And if I'm really thinking that if I do play another game, it's Yakuza 2. I am missing Yakuza. Like I know Judgment didn't just come out, but it came out, and now they're like moving on to like a new protagonist, and like I'm just like, wow, God, I love Yakuza. I suck at it apparently. In my defense, because I don't do any extra crap in there, but love Yakuza. So I loved my time with Spider-Man. Not this time, first time. I like it still, but I loved playing Spider-Man, and I was moved by the story. Moved by the story. I was hit by the story. Let's say. I still think Aunt May is one of the most shocking things I've seen in this game. Um, yeah, I wish I'd get like the kind of feelings I get from this game. I wish I'd get that from Tom Holland Spider-Man. I got it from Spider-Verse. I thought Spider-Verse was fantastic, but that's a Spider-Man thing. But yeah, hopefully the next game is great. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Catch you guys next time. I have a crap load to upload. Catch you guys next time.